Of almosts and what-ifs. He chased love with the desperation of a man who feared being alone. Each relationship a burst of excitement, followed by the dull ache of disappointment. He was charming, undeniably so, with a smile that could melt the iciest heart. But charm, he learned, was a flimsy foundation for love. Years blurred into a predictable pattern. Work filled his days, empty apartments echoed his nights. He yearned for a love that would anchor him, still the restlessness that churned within. He craved the warmth of companionship, the comfort of someone who truly knew him. But his search, it seemed, was destined to be a lonely one. He told himself he was content, that his freedom was worth more than the chains of commitment. Yet deep down, a sliver of doubt lingered. Was he destined to walk through life alone, forever an outsider looking in on the happiness of others? The question haunted him, a persistent shadow in the bright facade he presented to the world. Then she walked in, new hire, bright smile. Her laughter echoed in the office, a melody that chased away the monotony of his days. Her name was Sarah, and she possessed a quiet strength that drew him in. Their conversations, initially work-related, soon spilled over into stolen moments by the coffee machine. He found himself captivated by her quick wit, her passion for life. Their friendship blossomed into something deeper. He was drawn to her warmth, her unwavering optimism. She saw past his charming facade, recognizing the loneliness he tried so hard to conceal. He confided in her, sharing his fears and dreams. She listened with a patience he hadn't encountered before, her presence a soothing balm to his restless soul. He knew he was falling for her, hard. This wasn't the fleeting infatuation he was accustomed to. This was different. This was real. He saw a future with her. A future filled with laughter, shared dreams, and a love that could weather any storm. For the first time in his life, the idea of settling down didn't seem like a cage, but rather a haven. Life, however, had other plans. The burden of responsibility fell heavily on his shoulders. His finances dwindled, each passing day a struggle to stay afloat. He worked tirelessly, taking on extra shifts, desperate to provide for them. But the harder he worked, the further behind he seemed to fall. The stress took its toll. His once charming demeanor became strained, his smile a little less frequent. He withdrew emotionally, pushing Sarah away, convinced that he wasn't good enough for her. He believed that by distancing himself, he was protecting her from his own failures. But all he was doing was pushing away the one person who truly cared. He hated himself for his weakness, for his inability to provide the life he desperately wanted to give her. The shame gnawed at him, eroding his confidence and casting a long dark shadow over their relationship. He convinced himself that she deserved better, that she would be happier without the weight of his problems dragging her down. Through it all, Sarah remained, a beacon of unwavering support. She loved him unconditionally, seeing the man beneath the weight of his struggles. She offered words of encouragement, her faith in him never wavering. She didn't care about material possessions, her love a testament to the depth of her feelings. She saw his despair, the way he blamed himself for their hardships. She tried to reassure him, to remind him that they were a team, that they would weather the storm together. She didn't need grand gestures, she just needed him. His presence, his love was all that truly mattered. She yearned to share the burden, to ease his pain. But he kept her at arm's length, his fear creating a chasm between them. He was blinded by his own insecurities, unable to see the love that shone so brightly in her eyes. He didn't realize that his attempts to protect her were slowly suffocating the very love he cherished. 12 years. 12 years they had walked hand in hand, navigating life's unpredictable terrain. But even the strongest love can be eroded by neglect. The constant struggle, his emotional withdrawal, took its toll. She realized with a heavy heart that she could no longer carry the weight of their relationship alone. One evening, as they sat in strange silence, the unspoken tension hung heavy in the air. She finally broke. Tears streamed down her face, her voice trembling with a mixture of sadness and resentment. She told him that she couldn't live like this anymore, that she needed more. She needed him to fight for them, to fight for the love they had built together. But all she saw in his eyes was defeat, a resignation that cut her to the core. It was in that moment that she knew it was time to let go. She loved him. She always would. But she couldn't sacrifice her own happiness any longer.